YouTube, it's Lady Ravenstorm. Um, it's been a little while. Actually, it was gonna be longer, but I thought maybe I could patch myself up with some makeup. Didn't look too bad, but you can see my glasses are, yeah, I have to go get those ordered. I have insurance, so it will be covered. But when I did the face plant, yeah, the bruises are, yeah, looking pretty wonderful. Anyway, I thought I'd come on and do the 17 witchy questions from Ravenflower. And so let's get started. I needed some time by myself, and I left where I'm at, and here I am. So I would rather talk to you. All right. Yes, I will be looking away because I have the questions written down. When times get tough, do you fight or flight? Or take flight? It really depends on the situation. Usually, I will fight, especially if it has to do with children or animals, or if my life is in danger or whatever. I'm gonna fight you. I don't really care. Okay. Now, if I don't feel I can protect myself, I'm probably gonna get the hell out of there. But yeah. Number 2, the color that you connect with. People keep driving by and just staring at me. Anyway, the color I connect with. Actually, I don't really have just one color. I connect with purple. Purple, of course, you know, other than it being my favorite color of all time, always has been since I was little. It to me represents spirit, and the goddess, and you know, has a lot of energy connected to it. I also identify it as a protective color, so purple. Purple, I guess, would be the biggest one. The other ones are orange and green. But anyway, what's your sun, moon, and rising signs? Okay. A while ago I did this and I had it all backwards. So I had somebody read it for me. Okay. Originally I thought I was a Gemini and a Cancer and a Cancer. Okay. No. My sun sign is Gemini. Okay. My moon sign is Cancer, and my rising sign is Sagittarius. So I've got an air sign, a water sign, and a fire sign. So as you know, air fuels the fire. The water's always there to put that out. So I guess I'm pretty much well balanced. But I can still, that Cancer, you know, I can still get very emotional and very I'm very up and down with those emotions. So yeah, let's see. Something you could change if you could about yourself, the world, or magically. let's see, about myself. Right now, I would like to change my whole world. The last few weeks have been absolutely horrible. The last year and a half have been very, very painful. And so, yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. It would take me too long. And you guys do not want to hear all that bull. Anyway, with the world, you know, I saw this thing in other countries, but I think it's in Sweden or Denmark. Or is Denmark in Sweden? Anyway, they recycle everything. Like, they don't have trash. They have certain colored bags that certain, plastic goes into, glass goes into, whatever. And you take it to a recycling plant. And they recycle it. Why can't we do that in the United States? Seriously. We have so much in landfills. I've gone places and my, kids, when they were younger, they'd be like, Mommy, look at that mountain, and I'm like, yeah, it's a mountain of garbage, it's trash. So, yeah, I'd like to change that. And, of course, go back to a little bit more simpler way, I guess, of life. Me, I'd be fine living in a cabin I'd be fine with an acre of land. I'm not too picky. As long as I can grow my herbs, a few veggies, I'm good to go. But, yeah. Are you passing down your knowledge? I know quite a few have said the same thing. We have YouTube channels, and everyone's here to try and teach newer generations, and even some of us that have been in the craft for years. I learn something all the time. All the time. I don't care who it's from. It could be from someone that just got on and said, I really am interested in learning witchcraft, and, I want you to come along with me, So, I do keep, my daughter, and my son are both, very well educated on it. And they correct people a lot. Are they necessarily practice witchcraft or Wicca? Because I was in a coven, and I say was because I separated from my husband. So my husband is also, he's an elder in the coven, as am I, and I just can't see going and doing that, unfortunately. But I had started stepping away from Wicca, so I still believe in some of their belief system, But as far as Wicca as a religion itself, I have always had an issue with organized religion, and to me, Wicca is one of the top. I mean, and they are one of the strictest organized religions out there. So, let's see, ancestor connections. The only one really is my father. He has come to me several times. He's actually, sorry, these are getting on my nerves. He's actually woke me up during times when, well, one time I was asleep and I heard him specifically say in my ear my name, like it was an urgent call, you know, get up. And I got up, and mine and my husband's cars had been broken into. So it was like he was warning me. And, you know, there's just been different situations, you know, with him popping up here and there. Or talking to me. I can't see him, but I can clearly hear his voice. And I miss my father greatly. So, it's a wonderful, wonderful man. So, trying to think. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Sorry, I'm blind without my glasses, so. Okay. Sorry, they hurt this. My nose is broken. Like, the break is here. So it's right where my glasses sit, which that's why my nose broke like it did that way, because, well, that's where it got me. So anyway, please excuse me. I couldn't stay off as long as actually I had planned on being off for a couple of months while I got all my shit together. I don't have anything together. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm worried I'm going to lose my car. I mean, I've lost my husband, my marriage. And I want to say this. This was my choice. I left my husband. And I know it was the right decision, but it doesn't make it any easier on me. So, anyway, technically, I guess me and my daughter are homeless. It's just I refuse to go into a homeless shelter. I have been homeless before, and stayed in a homeless shelter twice, actually. And okay, people, just keep going. Anyway, I stayed twice in a homeless shelter, and the last time I stayed in the homeless shelter, it really did a number on me mentally. Yeah. So, I actually had the option of going to a homeless shelter, actually a woman's shelter, and I mean, I still have that option. It's just I can't see. I don't know. Anyway, I'm having an issue with it. And I know they could help me. So I'm probably going to have to just give all that up and go in there. And hopefully I won't have a breakdown. So, do you prefer to do magic alone or with others? Actually, I prefer both. But I think more recently alone. My coven has not practiced in years together. So, yeah. You kind of get used to doing it alone. And I get the same results or better, doing it alone. Actually, better results I've gotten anyway, at least recently. Do you feel there's only one type of meditation? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, everybody meditates usually differently. Sometimes I'll just go out, I'll be sitting in my car, and I'll just close my eyes and do a breathing exercise and go into a meditative state. So, no, I don't think there's just, one type of meditation that a person can do. What's your favorite flower and why? My favorite flower in the whole wide world is a calla lily. I just think it's a beautiful flower. It's very feminine. It's very, it's beautiful the way it's the way it curves, gently and everything. It's just, they're gorgeous flowers. And if I want to get specific, I like they call them chocolate, but to me they look purple. That's my favorite calla lily. So, but yeah, I love them. They're beautiful. A lot of people think, they're like, they remind me of funerals. I don't know. I know I've seen them at funerals, but I don't know. Flowers don't usually remind me of anything specific. So, unless I got them for some certain reason. Okay, let's move on. This is getting long. I will try and stay on the subject and not talk about my drama. Okay. Have you tried a new form of divination this year? Yes, and I'm still trying it. I want to learn how to read tea leaves. Period. And it has definitely taking some patience. And my great aunt is probably laughing at me while I'm doing it. So, yeah. What is your favorite way to connect with the elements? Well, I connect with the elements every day, but my favorite way is just to go outside and maybe go near a stream or where there's some water, make myself a little fire, and just ground myself and just enjoying the outdoors and the beauty that there is. You're in the elements at that point. So, yeah. Um, Tea or coffee? Well, both. Yeah. I drink my coffee in the morning and then I drink tea the rest of the day. Excuse me. Other than water. I drink water too. I always carry a lot of liquids with me. Do you come from a witchy family? Yes and no. No, my mom, my aunts, my grandmother, no. No, 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 no. They were Methodist. And yeah. Mm-mm. Anything witchy was bad. My mom, yeah. She's gotten easier with the idea because I don't hide what I am. But she definitely, like, doesn't want me talking a whole lot in front of my aunt or, the family. My sister-in-law sometimes, because she knows how everyone is, she'll get me going on something on purpose just to watch everyone's expression. It's so funny. They're like scared to death of me, and I hate it. I think it's horrible, but it is what it is. I can't change them, you know. See. Oh, the witchy family thing. I said yes and no. I said yes because I had a great great aunt, well, great 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 aunt, that she always had a besom above her door. And she read tea leaves. When she would make you tea, when you were about done with your cup, there'd just be a little bit left in the bottom. She would grab your cup from you and swirl it and everything, and then slam it down and then read it. And I wish I had paid more attention. I was very young. I did not, think anything of it then, but yeah. So somewhere back there is, my great grandmother was the first generation to come to America from Wales. And her husband was Scottish. So, and it was her sister that did the tea leaves. So I'm thinking with some of the Welsh and even the Irish, Scottish mix in there, that somewhere in there there's, a little bit of witchcraft was practiced. And besides, my grandpa and my grandma, they had some old cures that most people look at and they're like, what? That wouldn't work. And it's like, yeah, it does. So, list 3 of your favorite witchy YouTube channels. Now, 3, seriously. I love you, Ravenflower, but 3? Only 3. Well, I don't want to offend anyone because I have a lot of favorite channels. And if you guys only knew how much time I spend every single day watching you, and even watching your old videos if you haven't recorded recently. So, I'll just throw some out there. I've got a lot of them wrote down. So I'm going to throw out about 4. I know you said 3. 3's the magic number, but I couldn't stop. And I really didn't want to stop at 4. So maybe I'll go 6. I don't know. Alright. Alvine Green. I think she is absolutely adorable. And she has the greatest smile and sense of humor. And she's so knowledgeable. I love to watch her. And I love to watch her with Crimson Fire. They're hilarious. So, and then Lady Grave Dancer. Lady Grave Dancer is how I found out that there were witches on YouTube. I was looking on YouTube for some reason because I had never really been a big YouTube user, and I came across Lady Grave Dancer and watched her, and then I couldn't stop watching. I kept watching and watching and watching, and then I was like, where she kept talking about the community, so then I had to do, searches, and I found all these other wonderful people. So definitely her. Willow Wild Moon. She's Australian. I think she has so many great ideas, and she's so knowledgeable about plants and herbs, and I've learned from her. So I love to watch her when she releases new videos. Okay, that's 4. Okay, Arctic Moonstone. I have recently gotten more into like the mountain conjure, folk magic stuff, and that's more of what she does. I think that's because of my father's side of the family. They're from the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, so I'm sorry, Appalachian Mountains. But yeah. And of course, Madame Luna. I love Madame Luna. I can listen to her forever, and she will always make me laugh or cry, depending on what's going on. So yeah, that's it. Favorite witchy book. My favorite witchy book is my Book of Shadows. However, if I'm picking like a written book, I have 3 books that I always reference. Wait a minute. 4 books. Oh boy. Okay, Ray Buckland, Complete Book of Witchcraft, that workbook. I've actually done that workbook like 4 or 5 times. It's a mess. It's got notes. It's got, oh shoot, those little flags on it. It's got other little marker things. It's horrible. It looks really bad. And I use them for reference. Okay, I use them all for reference. So, I mean, I've read them all, but yeah. The only book that I like by Silver Ravenwolf is Solitary Witchcraft. I think that is a wonderful reference book. I will have to sometimes show you mine, maybe after I find a place to live and have all my stuff set back up. I can show you that. And then Oh, let me think. Oh, Everyday Magic by Dorothy Morrison. I I love that book. It just gives you just, I can reference it every once in a while. They're just little things that you can do just every single day. And she has some really good ones in there. One of my favorites is, say you've got company and um, you've got other things you need to get done and they need to go. So, you casually excuse yourself for a moment and you go out to the kitchen and you just take your broom and you turn it up, lean it in the corner, and usually within 5 to 10 minutes, they will exit. So it's little things like that. I love that book. And Coven Craft. Even if you are not in a coven, Coven Craft will teach you so much. It is an excellent, excellent reference book. Okay, enough about books because I can talk about them all day. I love books. Okay. An herb you haven't worked with yet. I have not worked with Dittany of Crete. I don't know a lot about it. I know that they used to use it for romance back in Europe. But I'm really not sure. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I do have it on a list to order, just to kind of check it out. Yeah. And then, what is this? What are your goals for next year? Well, at the current moment, my goals for next year are to be living in a new home and finally be able to be myself, to be me, who I really am, instead of a robot or always feeling like, I don't do anything right. So next year, like I said, I want to be in my own home and not have to worry about, where the next dollar is coming from. So anyway, I know that's kind of a lot to ask, but at the same time, I know myself. I know I can do it. So anyway, I hope everyone has a lovely Memorial Day. And as always, blessed be.